It's a Monday morning on the heels of Mother's Day weekend. If you're not, I don't know who is. Okay, between work, chores, endless to-do lists, let me tell you, it is so easy to feel overwhelmed. Well, a recent Pew survey shows that burnout is a real thing. It found nearly 1 in 3 parents say that parenting is stressful most of the time. 57% of parents surveyed reported parental burnout. Here to share some tips on beating parental burnout is Jessica Rector, author, founder, and CEO of burnout prevention platform Vitalize Unlimited. Boy, do we need this, Jessica. Thank you for being with us on Morning on Merit Street today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's so wonderful too. Okay, so let's first start with, naming the elephant in the room. Kind of what are the common signs of burnout that people may or may not realize?
Yeah, so one of the things I like to go over and make sure that corporations understand is that burnout's no longer just for the workforce, right?
That's right.
It's impacting various areas of our lives, including being a parent. So here are 4 signs, and to make it really simple, it spells S-I-G-N. So the first one is snapping. Are you irritable, frustrated, snapping at the people closest to you, which oftentimes can be your kids?
Yeah.
The next one, I, for isolation. Are you pulling away and isolating yourself and really trying to do it all by yourself? G is greater. Greater anxiety, stress, or depression. Is it showing up in your life in small increments or maybe spikes of it? And then N is numbness, emotional and mental numbness. Maybe you're tuning out or you're on autopilot.
Wow, everybody loves a good acronym. That's a great one. Thank you. I appreciate that. So for parents, burnout is so easy. These days, it's a balance of parenting and work, and there's so much that goes on.
Absolutely.
How can we prioritize some self-care in all of this mayhem?
So self-care is vital, right? It's a necessity, no longer a luxury. But one thing to think about is self-care is more like a Band-Aid when you really need a cast.
Gotcha.
Meaning that, in the moment, it's going to feel really great and you're going to feel really wonderful, but it's a really short-term solution. And what you need is long-term results. So really look at the contributing factors for what's leading to burnout for you. So if you're working from home, make sure that before you get into the home or parenting mode, that you decompress, whether it's in your car or in your bedroom, that you're taking time to unwind from the day. And then look at what's going on in your parenting. Are you overcommitting to too many kids' activities? Partner with another parent and say, you take the kids on Tuesday, I'll take them on Thursday. So it alleviates some of that stress for you.
I love that, because we all know that when you're in burnout mode, you're not the best parent. You tend to be snappy. You're short with your children. So let's talk about the negative effects that this has on our children as we're trying to bring them up.
So one of the things that happens is harsher parenting styles because you're trying to keep up with what other parents are doing, or you want your kids to be perfect, and when they're not, you tend to have those high expectations of them. And kids take that on themselves. You don't have to tell them that you're stressed, overwhelmed, or burned out. They pick up on that energy, and then they start becoming stressed, overwhelmed, and burned out as well, which then impacts their development.
What are some small, maybe practical, everyday habits we can put into place so that we don't get to that point of burnout?
So think of it, 3 B's. Burnout, we're going to talk about 3 B's. Breaks, very simple, but you have to do very frequent breaks throughout your day to replenish and give back to yourself. The next one is breathing. So when you're stressed and burned out, you tend to take quick, shallow breaths, and you need those long, deep breaths. So you can do this through boxed breathing, meditation. A tactic I like to do is to go outside, close your eyes, and focus on 20 different sounds because it allows your brain to really be hyper-focused on that one thing. So you have breaks, breathing, and then the third one is boost. Boost your say yes factor. So look at what you're saying yes to and start saying yes to the things that light you up, that bring you joy, exude happiness. And oftentimes parenting can be really intense and stressful, right?
Right.
So you take out the fun. So put more fun into the role of parenting, but also more fun with spending time with your kids.
I love it. And see, I thought BBB stood for Better Business Bureau. Look at you, putting a good spin on that. Excellent. Jessica Rector, thanks for joining us today, helping us take the stress out of parenting. Fanchon?
Such an important conversation, ladies. Thank you. Well, here's a question for you this morning. How old is that meat in your